Right, what mics am I currently using? And I'm going to choose to ignore what happened there because it looked like someone just pulled out. But let's go back to what mics I'm using and how did I arrive at my decision. Oh yeah! Don't look at the crack of my arse. Right, so we'll go back from sort of a quick recap, a quick journey through the hardware. I'll go over some of the things that I picked before. The first camera I had was a Zasso, an Amazon special. I only bought it to be a cheap action camera as a security purpose for the bike I was on at the time. The quality, dubious. I've got no idea what it sounded like if you plugged a microphone into it, because it was not waterproof, so I essentially had to keep it enclosed in a plastic case. Garbage in, garbage out, really. I think I had it on the side of my helmet, jutting out. Quite unaerodynamic. However, it was on a 125, so safe. It was on a 125, so I wasn't really going that fast anyway. Well, up until the point I smashed it into a truck. Second camera, it was a Drift XL, because I was sick and tired of having to swap and change batteries all the time. So it just made more sense to get a specific camera. Quite good as a dash cam, as a security feature, because the batteries last for hours. I even had a lavalier mic plugged into it for the start of my motovlogs. However, I was on a trip through Wales, I think, and I was going sort of on one of the main roads in between the valleys, and it was such a lovely view that I couldn't wait to go home and show my wife the view, right? However, when I uploaded the footage, it was awful. You couldn't really see in the distance at all. Absolute waste. No, not a waste. It was just bad quality, poor quality. So that's when I made the decision to upgrade to the Action 4. I've never tried GoPros or any other action camera. A Casso, there we go. I think that was what it was called, the original one. Yeah, I've never tried any kind of action camera before those ones. No GoPros, no Instas, just went straight to the Action 4 because that's what a lot of people I've seen were saying was a good buy. And so far, the Action 4 has never let me down. It's never messed up footage. Every mistake I've ever made was because I didn't plug something in properly, or I decided to try and charge it during the rain and it blew the little adapter that you buy. If you want to have a 3.5mm jack, headphone jack, microphone jack. So I went from, I'll have to edit this into some sort of coherence. So I went from the Action 4 with the purple panda, and I tried the again, I mean, I should stop doing it because it never ends well. It's £100 worth of Amazon special wireless mics, but they were so sensitive that they always blew. Went out my way to make sure the sound levels were going to be good on the bike or not. I just estimated it to be low, and then I thought, well, I can always just... Right, there was no position I could put that in my helmet to not make it a fuzzy mess, and there was no amount of denoise or anything like that I could do in the in editing to save it. Awful it was. So I went back to the Dominance Purple Panda until I saw the release of the Mic Mini. I probably would have bought the Mic 2. However, I was under the impression that you had to buy the charging case. I thought the Mic 2 needed everything that you get with it. The reason I bought the Mic Mini is because it comes with its own thing. You can have one, and it comes with its own charging dock. That was my mistake. But again, the Mic Mini has been absolutely flawless. It's never switched off or got corrupted audio or anything. It's always been top notch. I bought a second one to record the exhaust noise, but the audio is always linked. Now, I couldn't find any combination of settings with the Mic Mini that would make the audio on two separate channels. It was always on the one, so I couldn't balance it. Also, if you want noise cancelling, cheers bud. So if you want noise cancelling, you have to have it on both. So the settings were identical on both, unless I recorded separately. So I recorded to nice. Yeah, so if you record to like an Insta360 and then to it was basically a mess. I ended up recording to my phone most of the time, and it was just another pain in the arse to sync. So I ended up going back to one Mic Mini on the Action 4. The Insta360 that I use, I don't use any audio except to sync the footage. But I did make the addition of the TASCAM, the DR5. I'll have to double check at a later date. But yeah, I went to a TASCAM because it's basically it's in a waist pouch on my belt, just recording the engine audio. And it doesn't quite matter how fast I go. Oh, the traffic's going. I don't want to go round the roundabout. It doesn't matter how fast I go, because it's in the little pouch thing. It's protected from the wind. So occasionally, what I've done is when I'm going on some faster moving roads, I've faded out the Mic Mini. And boosted the TASCAM engine noise slightly. In a previous video, I thought I would see what it sounds like if I took the footage, the audio. Why aren't you going forward, mate? If I took the audio and then I isolated all the voice. What are you doing? Crazy people. And then just had the TASCAM over the top. People talk about getting on the gravy train, so I'm assuming at some point gravy was such a luxury that you can make a killing just by transportation. The problem is, once you start doing like lots of noise cancelling, you get a kind of underwater background. I think if it was the Mic Mini and you weren't using it for motovlogging, the noise cancelling would be fine. You wouldn't have that issue. But with noise is always a factor in the when you're using that as an in-helmet motovlog. The decibel is on -12, I believe. Come on, jackass. What a jackass. Yeah, the noise cancelling is on -12. Anything more is just too easily blowing out. Probably should have picked a better venue for doing this. Probably should have done a lot of things. This really isn't a too wide a road. Yeah, the setup I'm using at the moment with the single Mic Mini connected to the Action 4, noise cancelling is on low, I believe, with the -12 decibels, and then I can just stick the extra extra engine noise via the TASCAM, so I can always, or almost always, try and go for clear audio from the voice. That being said though, the standard amount of recording that the Mic Mini can get is pretty good. Why are my heater grips on? Redders. Yeah, the standard Mic Mini records quite a decent amount, but then again, my bike is incredibly loud. So if your bike is already loud, then it kind of sounds alright. But if you have a relatively quiet bike, like my Aprilia, when it works, is a quiet bike, so the generally sounds completely silent. I'm a little bit worried with I'm a case of yanking really hard on the handlebars is going to lift that front wheel up. You know, I don't know if there's any kind of better setup that I could use. Maybe like a road mic or like a more expensive version of like a Bluetooth mic. But the Mic Mini so far gets the job. It lasts quite a while as well. I mean, I tend to always stick it in the little dock thing on charge. See, the thing is, I can't really troubleshoot because nothing's ever went wrong. I often get questions on, you know, what to do in certain situations, or they've got an issue or something. I'm like, I've got no idea. Mine have always worked perfectly first time, every time. Yeah, so we've got to a point where I'm happy with the sound. I can either have engine only, voice only, mix of the two. I have options, and it's not too much. It's only really 2 soundtracks to sync together.